Well,
Hello,
hello.
how are you?
We're so glad that you're back,
Welcome back to the channel.
baby.
We
Um,
are SueSue, BooBoo, Buster, and the Wolfman.
yes, the dogs are out in the yard. Oh, I think we told you before, they pretty much, they anymore. I can't even, I have to carry Boo Boo to get him in here.
Yeah, when they want to make appearances,
Yeah,
they
so,
will.
so we don't want to torture them if they don't want to be in here. Um, but you will see them from time to time, and you'll see us obviously always.
You
So,
want to tell that quick story about what happened this morning with
oh
Buster?
yeah, so this morning, SueSue went to church, and I did not. Wasn't feeling well and hadn't slept very well, and so I stayed home. And when I finally got out of bed, I saw a trail of personal items of SueSue's.
Every time I leave, he finds my stuff.
Buster. And Buster loves Mama, and he found of stuff. So in the bedroom was several shirts lined up, and then I went in the hallway, and one of
But
her
they were
boots,
all my shirts.
yeah, all her shirts, of course, and one of her boots was in the hallway. And then when I went into the dining room to go into the living room, there was a paint can on the floor with two socks on either side.
Two of my socks.
I mean, he's so intelligent. He's lining up art again.
Yes.
And then when I went into the kitchen or went into finally into the family room, there was a pair of underwear sitting there. He was chewing on it.
Oh,
Yeah, he
gross.
was. And he
That's
does
gross.
that a lot when she's not here. It's anxiety. I'm sure it is. He's, as we told you, he was abused before we got him. But I just thought that was hilarious because that's the most I've ever seen him take.
He
Right?
usually gets a couple shoes.
He'll get a
or-
shoe, a couple shoes, maybe a pair of glasses, which he gnawed on.
Yeah.
Gnawed him to. So anyway, that was so funny. Did I mention that the last videos we dropped it and had any sound? I did mention
Yeah.
that. Okay. So this one does have sound, and you'll be able to hear us and more importantly, Nightwish. Well, follow us again on our Nightwish journey. We're going to do several things from Tampere because this is a concert that people keep raving about. So we're going to do that. And so again, what are we doing? It's
It's the Islander live at Tampere.
okay. So without further ado, here we go.
Joo, kyllä tää näyttää aika viihdyttävältä. Marko, kuka? Okei, joka tapauksessa tää on vakava tilanne. Täällä on 20 000 ihmistä ja risat. Ja sitten tässä on yksi mies ja kitara. Ja muut kurjat luikerot veti itsensä tuonne taaksepäin ja jättää minut tänne viihdyttämään itsekseen tällaista laumaa. Paras keksiä jotain. Vai? Okei, näin se menee. An old man by a seashore at the end of day gazes the horizon with sea wind in his face. Tempest tossed island, seasons all the same. Anchorage and painted and a ship without a name. Sea without a shore for the vanished one unheard. Lightens the beacon light at the end of the world, showing their way, lighting hope in their hearts. Once in their travels homeward from afar. Eli jos mä soitan sen kertosäkeen, niin te varmaan laulatte mukana. Laulatte? Okei, sit se vedetään. This is for long forgotten light at the end of the world. Horizon crying the tears he left behind long ago. The albatross is flying, making him daydream. time before he became one of the world's unseen. Princess in the tower, children in the fields, light gave him it all, and I know the universe. Ah, now his love's a memory, ghost in the fog, sits the sails from last and saying farewell to the world. Anchor to the water, I see it far below, rustle in his feet and a smile beneath his brow. This is for long forgotten, light at the end of the world, horizon crying, the tears he left behind long ago.
Man, I love that.
Okay. This band never ceases to amaze me because
Hyundai Santa Fe versus Subaru Outback. Hyundai Santa Fe wins every time. Right now, get to...
I'm sorry about that. Because how versatile they all are, right? And how amazing they are at the instruments that they play. And we had a comment, somebody commented, and I don't want to insult anybody, but somebody commented on one of our videos that they liked the song and they didn't like the singer, and it was Marco, sang most of it. And,
Oh, how can you not like Marco?
but his voice is different for different things.
And it's awesome.
And that was absolutely gorgeous. And whoever said that needs to watch that video. I hope they're tuning in and watching this video because his voice is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, it moves me. And what kind of musician do you have to have Floyd as your backup singer?
Right. Well, right. I mean, and they probably have their choice, right? I mean, they're such an established band, and they were established before she came in. And I haven't heard anything towards you. I'd like to go back.
Yeah.
at some point. We're not finished with this part of the journey yet, enough to go back. But I would imagine at this point they have their choice of musicians, and musicians just that of that caliber. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed by that. And
Well, I really love, and I'm exploring watching Marco as he performs, and just there's a lot about him that's so endearing. And I want to watch High Hopes, which is tribute to Pink Floyd, and we are both huge Pink Floyd fans, and we're Marco fans. So
yeah, so that
that's going to
works.
be coming up in very shortly in the next few videos. We're going to.
And that's been requested too. So
Oh yeah, it's been requested.
if you requested that,
multiple
then we're
times.
filling that
Yeah.
that up for you. And I tell you, man, I just again I can't get over the way that this music touches me.
And he sings a ballad, and like nobody else. I mean, there are lots of people who can sing an amazing ballad. I'm not saying there aren't, because, you know, Paul McCartney is my highest musical idol, and he's all ballads. But there's something different about the way Marco does it that touches me in a different way when I listen to him and watch him perform.
It's the timbre of his voice, and
Yeah.
plus he looks like a giant Viking. I love
He's
it.
awesome. He's
I
so
can
cute.
see him like running
So
over
good
a hill
looking.
with the battle axe.
Yeah,
You know, that's what we call a lot of us call guitars or axes, right?
yeah.
He's got an axe in one hand, shield in the other, covered in blood, singing about
Whatever.
I made that. Listen,
Well, I don't know. Maybe he went in with Sabaton for a brief time, and but yeah, I really do appreciate him more and more, and I want to know more about him. And I'd also like to know what the who inspired Thomas
music.
musically, what his influences were when he was a young man growing up and a boy, what music he liked. So if any of you know, you could put it in the comments. That'd be so cool. And we're going to tell you some of our favorite favorite musical influences too in one of our videos coming up. So
I'm going to do it now.
I don't have all mine straight in my head.
Okay, well, I'm just going to tell you that for me, it changed about every decade. And so, what?
No, I'm listening.
I'm going to answer. What?
I'm
You
listening.
scared me. It scares me. I didn't know what you're doing.
I'm listening.
Right? So I was raised I was born in the early 60s, and so my earlier childhood was in a good portion of the 60s, and my parents were very young, but my father was in the military, so that we didn't listen to a lot of heavy music. And my mother was classically trained, her grandmother was classically trained, and they liked hymns and things like that. My father had a very eclectic musical taste, in that he liked really a lot of different things, and that kind of well, he wouldn't land on one thing, and most of his, of course, was not rock and roll. Although he had one Beatles album, and it was "Let It Be." I wore it out. I wore it out so much it
You
could
better
hardly
have.
play. I did. Wore it out. Loved it. And but the rest of it was some classical jazz and some classical and some Carmen Miranda and all kinds of stuff that you probably never heard of, the Ink Spots from the 40s. And so I loved all that as a kid. And then getting into the 70s and getting into my more rebellious phase, I listened to a lot of the heavy stuff. I loved heavy for the time. Black Sabbath, Judas Priest, Rush, which a little bit reminds me of Rush in that it has sections of things.
Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden, yeah, of course. Stuff like that was heavier, and all my friends listened to it as well. And Deep Purple, of course, John Lord was one of the greatest organ players I ever lived. And then when it got into the 80s, I just didn't care for 80s pop. I didn't care for the 80s techno scene. Being a keyboard player, you find that kind of odd, but I didn't like it. I listened to a lot
What's wrong with you?
I don't know, a lot.
I was in high school
I know.
then. It was all cool.
It was terrible. There were a few things that I liked. I liked Billy Idol. Yeah, but the only thing you could get back to on your radio was your radio station. So I hear something. And So I listened to almost exclusively fusion jazz for a number of years.
Snooze.
And then like Chick Corea and Return to Forever, which was his band, and Stanley Clark and Tony Agee, and I mean all these guys.
I know none of them.
Well, of course you don't. They weren't played widely. They have all the albums. I've bunches of. They still have quite a few of them. And so then in the 90s, not really. Again, I was playing a lot, and I was playing cover music, and I was playing music. Frankly, I didn't care for, but I was making money playing it. So I didn't listen to a lot of music when I wasn't playing music because I was just getting music fatigue. And then when the 2000s, I was still playing, but just started kind of getting into stuff my kids were listening to, and like the post-punk stuff, a lot of Green Day, that type of thing.
Coldplay.
Coldplay, yeah. My oldest daughter loved Coldplay.
Justin Bieber.
Actually, I had that EP. We played it a lot because my youngest daughter loved it. And then, of course, all of our kids, we listened to what they liked. My oldest son liked a lot of folk, what I would call folky type stuff. That's real scaled back and not full production stuff. So for me, like I told you earlier in videos, this came along at just the right time because I'm missing a lot of that big, heavy, lots of orchestration, not pared down, and lots of keyboards. I was missing a lot. So anyway, that was me.
Okay.
So Sue will hit you up on the next time. And we have other questions people have asked, and we don't want to forget about that. We'll answer some more. And if you have any more, please comment down below. If you liked the video, if you would, please subscribe. Share this video with others so we can get the word out about Nightwish. What she doing? She does this to me all the time. You're getting me off a game. I gotta
Share it and hit notify?
Yes.
Okay.
I was going to say that. You didn't give me a chance.
I know because I was pushing your head.
Yes, you were. I love it. This happens all the time.
Good thing I'm pretty. I'm deaf as a doornail. I spill everything that I pick up.
She talks in her sleep, snores in her sleep,
I
and never
talk in
wakes
my
up.
sleep.
She sleeps like the dead. I don't hardly sleep at all. So,
So whenever he gets irritated, I say, good thing I'm pretty.
yeah, exactly. And I say, you're right, because we love you guys.
Yes.
And we thank you for showing up again and putting up with us. And of course, on our journey with Nightwish, if you have suggestions, leave them below and we'll get to them when we can.
Yeah.
And so we are going to sign off shortly. But as always,
Be blessed, please.
and
Well, actually, you are blessed. And don't.
don't hurt anyone.
That's right.
That's-
Good advice.
yes.